I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling.
Hi, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking all things planner for 2022. So I have been over the last 2 months kind of hauling different planners, planner covers, all kinds of stationery in anticipation of setting up my new planners for this year. So I'm going to take you through what I'll be using for 2022 and what I used in 2021. So it seems like a lot, but almost it's a 1-for-1 ratio from what I used in 2021 to what I'll be using in 2022, though they are different brands and definitely different styles than what I have used in the past. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the Hobonichi Cousin because this is something that I started in 2021. I did get the April on one, so it goes from April to March of 22. But I did go ahead and buy one that was a January start because I really would prefer to have had a January start, but I was a little late to the game last year. And so this year I'm going to be using the same one, which is the Hobonichi Techo Cousin. This is the A5 size. I did actually buy a cover from Hobonichi store and then the cover on top of that. If you watched one of my earlier hauls, this is my second one I have bought for this year. The first one I tabbed and they were all wrong. And wrong meaning they were uneven. It was driving me crazy. And then I tore a few of the top pages trying to put tabs in. So I have not attempted to put tabs in this yet. I'm a little nervous. I might do like temporary tabs just to make sure I have them in the right place. But that was really my only complaint about the Hobonichi, is that they didn't have tabs. I like to be able to pull right to the month that I'm looking for. So I did buy a couple different brands of tabs that I can use to tab this one. So this Hobonichi is actually just going to be replacing my Hobonichi Cousin from last year. I really kind of fell into my rhythm with this in about probably this summer, like June is when I kind of started going in full force. And then I love the daily pages. I use those for journaling. And then the weekly pages is what I'll use to set up on my channel. So I do a weekly plan with me showing this page, and then on the daily pages I journal every night, and that's for my memory keeping. And then my calendar I use more as a functional calendar. So this will just be replaced with this new one. And this one is in a Foxy Fix cover, which is very heavy and doesn't really cover the whole planner. It's getting kind of bent in there, so I did go ahead and get the Hobonichi Cousin planner cover. Okay, I'm going to move this to the side. This next one is just a newer version of what I've constantly used for my budget planner for I think the last 4 years, which is the Erin Condren Monthly Deluxe. This is my 2021. It is very chunky at this point because I do lay down kits every month, and then I do my weekly check-in in here. So this is really where my channel started, was really doing just budget and budget updates and things like that. And then I kind of added planning back in about 6 or 7 months ago. Planning is where I started. I've always been a planner. I haven't been a budgeter as long. I wish I had been. So this 2021 will get replaced with the 2022. This is the Flora. I got the tan Flora cover, and I really love the look of this planner. So I love the functionality of it. I love the colors. The one thing that I was kind of surprised at when I got it is that there is not a note section in the back, and that's where I lay out my yearly budget. So I'm getting ready to film that. So what I have done, I think at about here, is I just snipped some pages from a notebook that I had. I snipped it along there and just stuck the pages in here. So this is where I'm gonna lay out my yearly budget. So I think with this one, if you ask for extra pages, they come in between the months versus at the end, like in the past year. So like in my 2021, I asked for extra pages. So these are on the back half of the planner under the notes tab, and there is no longer a notes tab, nor do the pages come in at the back. So a little bit of a change, but easily fixed. I didn't try to uncoil and recoil because I have had a really bad experience with that. So I just took a few notebooks I had and took out some empty pages and stuck them in there. So that is my budget planner. So this is probably one of my bigger changes for this year. This is not new to me. I did buy the Estelle cloud back, gosh, it's been almost a year ago, and then I just kind of had it here. I did use it a little bit for my Etsy shop, but I felt like it was a little bit bigger than what I was looking for. But what this is going to be this year is my memory planner, and I am a little bit unsure. I've always used a coiled vertical Erin Condren for memory planning, and I love this. This is probably one of my favorite projects that I do. I do a weekly spread. I do a monthly emoji kind of highlights of the day. I track all the kits that I use in the front of the planner, and that way I know, you know, for history what kit that was, or if I'm buying something, if I've used that kit before. So this has worked really well for me, and as you can tell, it is very, very thick. It's at that point where I have one more month to do. I have December in here to do yet, and then I need to finish and catch up with my November spreads. But I really enjoyed this. I do highlights in between the months when the month ends. So like for an example, it's not a good example, I still need to finish that. So I do a spread after each month with some pictures and some highlights, and then finish out the rest of with sticker kit. So I have loved this. I thought maybe I would like a change from the coil, because sometimes working with the coil is a little bit difficult. So I saw on Plan Mosh Plan, she used the cloud and the kits fit perfectly. So I bought the cloud, I bought the inserts from Caress Press, and these are the weekly verticals. I did buy this from Decennia Printables and printed it out. This is the 2022 calendar. This is not dated at all. So I am kind of just working to get all my dates in. I did transfer over my kit tracker, which was in my A5 that I'm going to show you in just a minute. And this will track which kits I use which week. And then I have done an inventory of all the kits that I have and what is scheduled, and then when I use it. So I did a huge destash. I'm still destashing a little bit on my Mercari shop, but I went through all of my kits and just scheduled them in and figured out when I was going to use them. And then if there were a kit that I wasn't going to use, I went ahead and destashed it. So you can definitely tell the shops that I really love the kits too. Then I put some extra paper in here, and then the tabs came from Caress Press as well. This is the January monthly. I have set that up just to kind of get a feel for this planner. I think I'm going to really like it. This is a kit from Miss and Meow, and it's probably the ones I use the most in my monthly setup. And then the pages are a continuous, so this will be week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and then a page for my pictures and my recap of the month. And then you go into February. So This is what I'm going to do. I also have a coiled one from Sadie Stickers that's also undated, but I think I'm going to commit to this one for memory keeping for 2022. So that will replace this one in my life. Okay, so the biggest change is really in my everyday carry and my shop. So this planner, this is a cloth and paper personal size cover, and then it is kind of where I keep my long-term information that I need, like my book log, my inbox, codes for shops, where I track purchases, all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of always on my desk. I don't always carry it with me, but it's kind of with me just in case I need that information. So this year, this information is going into a Hobonichi week. So a lot smaller, a lot more portable, and I'm kind of having fun. I have not completely set this up. This does start on Sunday the 28th. No, Monday the 29th. So I'm getting ready to kind of set it up. So what I have done so far is I have set up the yearly spread. These are little stickers that I made that has holidays, just so I can block out time. Under this part up here, I'm gonna have birthdays because I have a big family and a lot of birthdays. So right now, let me bring this in just a little bit. Right now it just says birthday all the way across, and then I'll write in everybody's birthday. I have a master list somewhere in my house right now. And then I've started to fill out a few things on the calendar, not very much. And then I did set up the first week a little bit. I haven't done much. So I just put a date cover, and this is from I Love to Print. So I'm just printing them at home. These are date dots from my shop. And then I've just kind of filled in a few things. And then I printed off this habit tracker from Sterling Ink. She sends out a monthly one if you sign up for her newsletter or in her Facebook group. And I printed it on sticker paper. It really is supposed to go on a 3x3 post-it note, but I printed it on sticker paper, and my habit tracker is going to go right there. And then my to-do list will go up here. This is kind of a mood tracker right here. So that's how I'm going to set up the first week. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to set up the next week, but this is kind of what I'm working on right now for the first week in this planner. And then I did also set up Christmas week. And this is also a kit from I Love to Print. And it is, she's on Etsy, by the way, and she has other sizes too, like cousins or whatever. I don't use kits in my cousin planner just because I'm already spending a fortune on my memory planner, and I normally won't do kits in this planner. I just did it, I'm gonna do it for like important weeks, like a birthday in my family or Christmas or a holiday, things like that. So this is kind of how I set up the kit, and then I'll just work, like this will be my to-do list with the dots. And then over here will be more, this could be my mood tracker, and this will be my to-do list over here. So that's how I'm gonna set up Christmas. I haven't set up any of this in the back. So what needs to go into this planner still is a couple of things. One, and I've done printables and I've printed them out on sticker paper. I have not put them in here yet. As you can see, I've already kind of bent it a little bit, so I need to straighten that out. This is going into a Motrin cover. So I have a cover for this, and then it will go into a Motrin cover as well. And so this one will have like books that I'm reading. It'll have my inbox. It'll have my shop codes. It will have my orders that I'm, you know, once I place an order, I write it in and the date, and then I check it off when it's shipped, and I check it off when I receive. That way I can make sure I get everything that I've paid for, but also, you know, when I'm going to get Happy Mail, when I can schedule that in. So this is what is going to go in here. It's really going to be an everyday carry for me. So all my notes, all my appointments, things like that will go into this planner. And then this one is replacing a Archer and Olive 8x8 dot grid journal, and it's what I call my wellness one. So it's one that I have a really hard time. It's too big to take with me. I should not have committed to the 8x8. It's beautiful, but it's a lot of real estate to fill in. So I'm going to this one. This will have a couple different things. This will have weigh-ins, measurements, food prep, like my meal prep, things like that. So on my wellness inserts and my exercise inserts, as well as my meal prep inserts, I'm making those into little booklets for the month. So they're not actually going to stick in here. They will live in here, but then I can throw them away or take them out. I didn't want to use stickers because then I've got an issue with having to cover them up when they get full. So, and this is not a mega, this is just a regular week, so it would get full pretty fast. So that is my plan with this one. So those are my 2 Hobonichi weeks. This is an everyday carry, and this one will be my wellness. And then the biggest change for me this year is the addition of the Hobonichi A6. And I have one more that I bought that I don't think is going to fit into the rotation, but right now we'll see. So this is the Hobonichi Day Free and a Hobonichi notebook. So the Day Free has the calendar, and then it has just pages after that. So this will be everything social media related. So the calendar will kind of keep statistics, things like that, my analytics from my YouTube channel, a holiday calendar, just so that, and there's some fun ones in here too, as well as, you know, national ones in the US. This is actually a post-it note that I just received from Erin Condren. I had to order a few more notebooks that I use for sizing, and they had this post-it note in there that fits in here perfectly, and I think it's so cute. So I just stuck a page in here. And then this is an Annie Plans printable, and it's for blogging and YouTube. So my normal videos that I do, my weekly check-ins, my budget setups, my plan with me, those are pretty much, I have a format down that I like and I use. So this part will be for videos that will be different. You know, if I do a haul video, if I do maybe a favorites video or a blog or something like that, this is where I'm going to write out that information. So not for my every single week videos. I'll bring this in a little bit more for you. But this will be for something when I'm doing something that's totally different for me, that I'm going to need to understand the steps or how I want to lay it down. So I did, I think, 10 pages there. These are also on sticker paper, so I can just lay a new one down on top of it. And then I've got plenty of additional space back here to use. So this is the Day Free, so it's just a calendar and then blank pages. And then the other one I got, this is just the notebook. I put another post-it note here because I just think they're so pretty. This is everything shop related for my Etsy shop. So finances, subscriptions, ideas, anything like that. You know, all of the financial part of running a shop, both sales, taxes, you know, if I'm using a shop code or whatever it might be, everything will be in here. So this is really just not going to be decorative at all. It's really just for the business part of it. So this is an insert that I currently use in this Notique. Oh, really gotta zoom back for that one. This is an A5 Notique, and this is right now everything for my shop. So I don't take this out of my office. I don't grab it very often. It's bulky to me now. I used to always use the A5, and now that seems so large to me. So everything that's in this planner, this ring planner, is going to be in these two little books. So very portable. I think it'll be easier to kind of keep up with. I have a really bad habit. If I have an idea or a thought or something I want to do, I just grab a post-it note and I write it down, and I stick all these post-it notes all over in this binder. So I just want it to be simplified. So that's where I'm going to use this system. I did order a second one of these notebooks because I can really only fit, I think, part of the year in here. So I just want it to be consistent. This is also a Hobonichi cover. It's called, I want to say Soda Pop, but I'm not sure. And then I've got the cover on top. So that is it. I know that seems like a lot, but it's actually almost a 1-to-1 from what I'm currently using. So the one planner that doesn't have a home yet is the English version of the A6. It's a monthly and a daily. I really thought that would be what I would use for my shop, but it was a little bit more complicated. I couldn't lay down stickers in it, and then I would have to be like creating each page, and I don't have time for that. I don't have the desire for that. So this insert was already formatted for the A6 size, and then I just printed it on sticker paper and stuck it in here. So, you know, that's easier for me personally than to draw it all out. So this is really not going to be fancy. It's probably not something, these two will probably not be things that I show on my channel because it's not interesting to anybody probably but me, and there's a lot of information in there I probably wouldn't share anyways. So it's just going to replace this really big one, and you can tell the size is a lot more portable. So that is my overall plan for this year. So I've got my 2 weeks, my A6 day free, my cloud for memory planning, and then of course my Erin Condren monthly deluxe in the 7x9 for budget, and a replacement of the cousin for 2022. And this is the January through December, which I'm excited to have this one into the lineup this year. So that is a brief overview. I am going to be setting up the planners. I'm going to set up my weeks, and probably the cousin I'll film. I've got a little bit more time for the cousin because this one doesn't start until, well, I'm not going to start this one until January. I'll finish up my other one in December. But the weeks will be the first ones I set up because they actually start in the month of December. So they're a little bit more pressing right now. So that is it. So please let me know if you have any questions at all, and if you'd like to follow along on my channel, please consider subscribing and hit the alert for future videos. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Bye.
I get so caught up in the middle, thinking of drowning in those blue eyes. I'm losing sight 'cause I am falling. I'm so deep down, deep down.